Hello everyone, this is Tyler Truebit here once again with you. It is February 18th, 2026, just a real important video. That's why I'm doing this again right now. Have a lot to discuss. Just a moment ago, they did see the crescent in the Palestine area in the Middle East, so that does mean that tonight at sunset here in where I am in Virginia, the United States, is going to be starting the 12th biblical month. Now, it's, as you can see, I can't do it with the camera. There we go. As you can see up top, it's overcast here, so we are not going to see the crescent here at the new moon crescent was just seen. So we do follow the observable new moon crescent, and it is the 12th. It will be the 12th biblical month here where I'm standing at sunset. You go by your location where you are. Now, the moon can be seen anywhere. The moon can be seen anywhere on the planet, basically, and that is all we need. And there's observers all over the world, so we know that we have that part right. But let me just read you here that I have. You can see it on my phone or not there. I've got my glasses on, so I can't see the fine print from right here. But it says Genesis 1:14 that very important. Then the Lord said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, and for days and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth." And it was so. So that's Genesis 1 verse 14 right there. Now the big controversy is, do you believe what I just said? That's the issue, and that's what I had to basically grow up with when I was a kid and when I was baptized and going through these different religious groups. So I was about 40 years old, and then 38, 40 years old, I began to question about things. And I'm not going to go into the Hillel 2 calendar right here, but because I'm just doing a quick video, I may just have a full-blown Bible study here in about 2 hours because of the situation with Iran, which is I'm fixing to get to that here momentarily. So, but that's what we're looking forward to. Now, the reason that this day is so important, and it is very important for the 12th biblical month, is that at the end of this month, now it's like 65 degrees here, so the birds are going crazy. The daffodils are coming up. I have not seen the trees bloom, but that's going to be any day. I just checked earlier today. That should be happening very soon, before the end of the month, no doubt about it. So what I'm saying is we're going to be in springtime, which means we're going to be keeping the Passover here in about 45 days from today, because we will be watching for that next crescent, and that will be the first crescent moon and to start the first biblical month of the next year. That will be our true biblical new year. Well, 15 days after that is Passover, and I will be giving Bible studies on that. Now, what we will do is we will have a meeting. We'll have a Bible study for about a half hour or so, and then we're going to have just an awesome dinner. Now, you don't have to really don't have to do anything if you don't want to. I mean, we're on the new covenant. I get that. We're not going to kill a lamb. We're not going to circumcise any males. That's done. But the holy days will never be done away with. That's right in 1 Corinthians 5. So there's no doubt about that. I'm not going to debate that with anybody. I'm done with that argument. So we will be keeping the Passover dinner, and we're going to have lamb. We'll have unleavened bread. We'll have bitter herbs. We'll have a bread and wine ceremony. We'll use red wine and unleavened crackers for that. And it's just a great thing, and it's very symbolic, and we're going to have new people coming over this year, so it's going to be pretty powerful for us and for them. So, but anyways, I got quite a bit of time to talk about that. But right now, today, I want to talk about Iran because this is getting out of control. I do go on to X, and I've got to be honest with you, I've been doing True Bread for 21 years this month, and X is just about the only thing I trust anymore. I don't even have cable TV. I can't stand it. So I do go on to YouTube, and there are people that I do trust that I follow on YouTube. But the majority of what I learn is coming off of X. And it's just been blowing up today with how many vessels we're sending. And I just read right before this study, it's one of the reasons I'm doing it, is that there's massive amounts of aircraft leaving this country, the United States, heading towards the Middle East. And we're talking the tankers, aircraft tankers. If you have a fighter jet, they can only stay in the air for a few, maybe just like 2 hours, then they're going to have to land if they're not refueled. So they have to follow the tankers all the way across the Atlantic just to make it. And then they obviously have the fighter jets in tow, the F-22s, the F-35s. We've already got bases all over Europe with the F-15s and all those that are already stationed there. So they're all heading to the bases in the Middle East. I'll put those images on this video. Now we have like over 800 bases around the world, so don't ever forget that we are. You can look at Revelation 13. I think it's verse 4. I'll put it on the video. And I was asked this recently: who can make war with the beast? I mean, what is the answer? I mean, who is that power today? And that's also one of the things that led to True Bread was who. There's only one force on the earth that no one can win against, and that's the United States military. With NATO and European Union and the Zionists and that whole entire block of the King of the North. I've said that for years. But we have a challenger on the scene with BRICS, and that's the exact setup to Armageddon. That's why I'm doing these Bible studies. That's why I've been saying this for 21 years. But the thing is, it's happening today in our time. I was just sitting in my computer reading Paul Craig Roberts, who I admire, had him on my radio program. He's writing about in the same sentence, United States, Israel, Russia, China, and Iran, in one sentence. Now, I had that man on my radio program back in 2016. I just found the video. I am going to edit that and get that up online soon. But I've just been bombarded with topics to discuss. I've known this day is coming for years, that I'm shifting my life around to doing True Bread every day. And I do have this new phone and this new setup here to be able to do these quick videos that I know everyone prefers, but don't neglect the longer Bible studies, because I go into much greater detail. This is just like the appetizer video for that, so don't forget that point. Very important, because I can cover a lot more information when I'm just sitting at my at my desk for the regular Bible studies than I can just walking down this street. But that is the setup to Armageddon. And we just happen to live in that time. That's just the way that it is. That we're born in this time. I'll be 64 here in 2 months, or 3 months. So, and that's when I was born in 62, and now you're alive and you live here, and you have to deal with it, and I have to deal with it. And just like I read in Genesis 1:14, are you going to believe Scripture or not? That's the issue. That you have to ask yourself that, we should keep the Passover. It's in the Old Testament, New Testament. Apostle Paul kept it. He told the Gentiles to keep the Passover and unleavened bread. Well, what about Armageddon? What about Daniel 11 verse 40? King of the north, king of the south, kings from the east. What about the United States and NATO sending three entire aircraft carrier battle groups? 1/3 of our Navy, the United States Navy, 1/3 of the United States Navy heading to the Middle East. You really think Trump's going to say no? With Benjamin Netanyahu telling him what to do? I just told my sister a few minutes ago, it's about 3 o'clock here in Central Virginia on February 18th, 2026. I just told her that, and I also told another friend that I communicate with, I think this weekend's going to be it. They can't unwind. It's too much. And no matter what negotiations that they have, or that Iran agrees to, or what Trump says, we know, I'm reading people and watching videos on YouTube about, well, we can wind this thing down and we can make it stop. No, you cannot. It's prophecy. Prophecy will not be stopped, no matter who has the great intentions, or the best at heart. It doesn't matter. This is, the people involved don't know they're fulfilling biblical prophecy. I can promise you that. I don't think Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu sit around and discuss that. So, I'm trying to figure this out. Don't see any buds yet, but this is a crepe myrtle in my yard. It's just about ready to bloom, if you ask me. And we've had a drastic change in weather and temperature here. Typical Virginia weather. It'll go from 9 degrees to 60 degrees in 1 week, and it'll feel like springtime. I'm sorry for the airplane noise. I live close to Richmond Airport and had a helicopter buzzing around for the hospital here. But yeah, I'm going to keep focusing every single day now. I'm not sure I can make a video every day. This helps. This little setup I have here to walk and make the videos does help, because I can spend less time doing this editing and getting this up than I can an hour and a half Bible study. So that's going to do it for right now. I'm probably going to take about a 2-hour break, get my notes together, and I've got a feeling I'm going to put out a Bible study today. It's going to be an emergency study on Iran, and I will definitely have one this weekend. So, but if you want to follow along, drewbread.us. You can look me up on X. I don't post too much on there. Just use my name, Todd Kallenbach, to find me on there. And YouTube under Todd Kallenbach, and Rumble is my main internet site for videos. That is under True Bread. Should have all the links on the video at the bottom. And as usual, thanks for watching. Keep your eyes open. We're commanded to watch always. Commanded to watch and pray that we can escape all these things. That's going to be it for now. It's Todd True Bread. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Keep the faith.